It's time to discuss the hard, brutal truth about who's the better MC, Jay-Z or Black Thought. What up, words? Your boy Charles Brown back again talking facts. Hit that like button, hit a subscribe, hit the notification bell. Keep sending those Cashaps to CLBMG. Join the membership. Gang, listen. This is like someone asking you if your favorite cousin is better at basketball than your best friend. And they both nice. They both go to great schools. They both are on the team. They both are going to the championship, and they both are amazing at what they do. And someone's asking you to choose between your favorite boy cousin and your best friend. And gang, this is not easy. And as I talk, I'm going to openly state when it's an oxymoron. I'm going to be honest when I say some stuff that may not make no sense, but it makes perfect sense at the same time. I will be forthcoming, but there will be a few of those that make no sense, but it makes perfect sense, right? Like I can tell you Nas is the best lyricist in the world, but he is not the best rapper. I know that makes no sense, and it makes a lot of sense at the exact same time, okay? So it's going to be things like that. But this one is going to be tough because I like both these men, gang, as artists. And I'm not one of these people that can't separate fact from fiction. And some people get so caught up in their love for an artist that they can't see the forest for the trees. And a lot of people right now are weaponizing this based on people who aren't even in the conversation. I'm just going to be honest. Let's talk about this. Let's just start here. will.i.am was on Sway in the morning. Salute to will.i.am, who is an underrated hip-hop head. will.i.am is from LA, and LA is a very big part of the hip-hop culture, always has been as long as I can remember. And will.i.am, apparently, when you listen to his story, is entrenched in this hip-hop culture. So he is validated to speak on this to a degree. He goes back to Eazy-E, Ruthless Records days, and he has a lot of insight on the culture. And he was speaking to Sway, and the conversation came up about Black Thought and Jay-Z. He made the statement that now has gone viral, that Black Thought is 1 trillion times better than Jay-Z. Now we're gonna examine that, what better means, and is he 1 trillion times better? Let's not go crazy. Nobody's like Rob Marksman said, nobody's a 1 trillion times better than anybody with this rapping. Half you guys on the block could throw a half decent sentence together and put two of them together that rhyme. Almost anybody can rap, right? It's just a matter of, I always say hip-hop is only, rap is only two things: what you say and how you say it. It's only involved in the two things. It doesn't matter. You can equate all this other shit, but whatever you say is going to matter to what you say and how you say it. You can give me 15 variables, 15 grades of what you grade a rapper on, and all of them things going to fall into two categories: what you say and how you say it. And what we're looking at is, do you like one based on the other? Now, I think it's deeper than that. Yes, it's based on preference, and you look at rappers based on how you relate and conform to what they're saying, right? But let's get a little deeper. will.i.am was onto something, because, and like I said, it's going to be hard, gang. It's going to be a hard truth, and some of this stuff I'm going to say, I'm not trying to be disrespectful or controversial, but I did say it's going to be a hard truth. And let me just start here. I love Black Thought. I love Jay-Z. These two guys, it's almost like putting freaking, it's like telling me, do I want a Twinkie or a cupcake? Like, this game, I want both. Like, listen, the simple fact of the matter is, these two guys are the epitome of MCing. So we gotta scratch the surface, because we're only talking about when you give that snap answer, oh, Black Thought's better, or you say Jay-Z's better. You gotta dig deeper and tell me why. Now I'm gonna tell you, when you say that Black Thought is an MC, I'm gonna go in my mind and say, okay, is he an MC? Yes, he is. He's the prototype of an MC. And you're gonna say, is Jay-Z an MC? Yes, he is the prototype of an MC. I have watched both of these guys when they were just guys trying to make a name for themselves. And at one point, let's just be honest, Black Thought and the Roots was one of the most revered MCs in hip-hop, and his style was stolen by a lot of people. And some people, you could even say Jay-Z may have borrowed a little bit of Black Thought swag, or vice versa, depending on who you want to say was out first. But these two guys are MCs. Now, if you're going to peel back the layers, let's start. Let's start with my personal experience with Black Thought. I used to buy every Roots album. I am a Roots, De La Soul, Tribe Called Quest, Black Sheep, Moni Love, Queen Latifah, Hieroglyphics, Dale the Funky Homo Sapien. I am that ilk of MC. I like that MC. That's my jam, right? You know how they say? Jamming on the one. That's my jam, right? So I'm gonna go for the bohemian, the eclectic, the, you know what I'm saying, the more the what am I looking for? The when you hit D'Angelo, this, that, and the third, right? That black nuance. I'm looking for that, right? And that's my shit, right? So when I look at an MC, like when Common was in that frame, I thought Common was one of the best MCs in the world. Even when he was doing can I borrow a dollar shit, I was right there in 1992 listening to that shit, right? The stuff that he regrets now. He's like, past rhymes. I'm so glad I made it, right? He looks at his old rhymes when he was a kid as almost cringe that he's older. But I was there when he was a kid. I was the same age, and I used to love Common's rhymes, right? So I was in that ilk of being creative. It wasn't necessarily about drug dealing and guns and da-da-da-da. So I know what it's supposed to be. I know what an MC is supposed to be. Now, let's flip the script to Jay-Z. I know what he's doing as an MC on that level too. And when you can engage in both worlds, you truly understand this culture. This culture is not one thing. This culture ain't just Q-Tip and Fife, right? Yeah, we all love Check the Rhyme, and we went crazy when Midnight Marauders and all that shit came out. We loved it, right? We adore the musings of Q-Tip and things of that nature, right? And Black Sheep and you know what I'm saying? What's my guy over there, Black Sheep? Even though they broke up, they were the prototype of producer, DJ, producer slash DJ and MC, right? But what we ended up getting was the world got a little more realer. It got a little more intense. It got harsher. You got Cool G Rap. People like that came into the scene. Ice-T, Schoolie D. So it wasn't just about your pen game no more. It was about speaking on your realities and what was going on around you. And yes, trying to be the best and trying to succeed over the next man. Now, you're going to say, Charles, all of that can be done in a level of what Black Thought is doing. Let's talk about Black Thought. I'll be the first to tell you, and here comes one of those oxymorons. Black Thought is a machine. And if you ask me on earth, is there any machine more efficient than Black Thought? There is not one. There is no one who can outrhyme Black Thought bar for bar. And I tell you all the time, Nas is the greatest lyricist. But nobody can, Black Thought can rhyme like a machine for 30 minutes straight. God damn it, gang. And keep you in tune, keep you locked in. So this guy is a machine. He's incredible. This guy is like AI. If you just gave AI, say, listen, give me an hour of just rhymes and good rhymes, quality rhymes and metaphors and social consciousness and street talk and all that combined. Black Thought combines everything. He puts everything in the pot. And he'll spit out a rhyme as perfect as you can cross your I's and dot your T's. This shit be perfect. Ain't nobody on earth. Let me just repeat that. Nobody on earth, and I'm gonna say this to anybody, is efficient. All right? It's like watching the Super Bowl. You got a great player, Deion Sanders. They say the water covers the earth is covered by 20% water. Deion Sanders covers the rest, right? How Deion used to be so efficient. He could lay off a receiver, you throw the ball up, Deion's over there before the ball gets to the guy. That's why Deion he was called a shutdown corner. The guy was efficient at his job. Black Thought is efficient. He's the prototype MC. If you were to create an MC, you would create Black Thought. But what is MCing about really? Let's go back and see what it's about. MCing is about engaging that crowd, reading that room, and deciding how to engage that room and be the best person in that room at what that whole room wants to see, not just a few heads. I'm just scared to get brutal, gang. And what I'm telling you is I love Black Thought because I'm an MC that loves that lyrical miracle stuff. Okay? Don't get it twisted. I listen. I bought all that root shit, all that good shit like that. Questlove and all that, right? Malik B and all that. I was there. Even Rozelle. I listened to Rozelle's beatbox album, the beatbox guy, right? So we're not going to do that like I don't know what I'm talking about. But what I'm going to do is be honest. Okay? Now, an MC, when they pick up that mic, they're supposed to read that room and determine the temperature of that room. Okay? That's what an MC real job is. They're supposed to get up on that stage, determine that room, and figure out how to rock that one particular crowd. Okay? It may be this kind of crowd. It may be a bunch of punk rockers from Manhattan one night. The next night, it may be a whole bunch of thugs from the Bronx, and you got to determine which set you're bringing. All right? And with that being said, I feel like Black Thought is, like I said, he's a machine. He's one of the greatest MC ever. But here comes one of them other oxymorons. And I know I'm gonna offend some of my political connects, and in advance, I apologize to you. But if I'm making a top 15 rappers list of all time or MCs, Black Thought is not on it. Huh? I just told you he's the most efficient machine ever created in hip hop. No one can outrhyme Black Thought. No one. I'm just gonna be honest with you. So if you're gonna say, can Jay-Z outrhyme Black Thought? Well, he'll give him a good ass go, right? Remember John Henry swinging that axe, right? But at the end of the day, the locomotive gonna beat him. I'm just gonna be honest. But at the same time, right? In real time, right? I know you're gonna say, but John Henry beat the locomotive. John Henry died. Let me just keep this moving, right? But end of the day, right? What I'm saying is, Black Thought is a well-oiled machine. But when we're talking MCing, it's not just about spitting out words and pontificating. And what I'm saying is, like, I gotta keep stressing this because somebody out there gonna get like, what the fuck, like that. What I'm saying is, it's not just stressing words and pontificating. Okay? There is a room full of people when you're an MC and you're trying to be a rapper that you gotta reach them all. Let's be honest. The Roots were out for years. The Roots, as a band, and I was one of the people complaining about, I was mad at you motherfuckers because you didn't respect them, right? The Roots had to change their sound because the Roots were a hip hop band who played live instruments that had to go in, record whole songs, and then mix the songs down as if they were samples because you motherfuckers couldn't understand real live music. They had to, this is a fact, they had to go and mix their music and make it sound like it was samples because you guys couldn't get to it. You couldn't get with it. This is what I mean when I'm telling you, MCs got to read the room, okay? And what I'm saying is this, Black Thought has had the same opportunities as Jay-Z. The Roots have had the same opportunities as Jay-Z to read that room and be bigger artists. And you're going to say, Charles, they were never meant to be commercial, da-da-da-da-da. And I get it. I'm not saying that they just were commercial. The Roots got their love. They got their award. They got a couple Grammys. They got some hit records. But at the same time, Black Thought had the same opportunities as Jay-Z to be exactly what Jay-Z is. And Jay-Z didn't just do a bunch of commercial shit. Let's just start there. Jay-Z, his Streets is Watching. There's a lot of shit this nigga did that was straight for the hood. It's very witty. They gave this guy a Songwriters Award. So what we're not going to do is just throw it and say, okay, because Black Thought is a machine. Listen, this dude freestyle on Funkmaster Flex, one of the greatest displays of lyrical prowess you will ever see. But somebody on Twitter said something interesting. They were like, well, if Jay-Z wanted to, he literally could sit down and do the same thing. And I'm sure he could. I don't think Jay-Z is chasing it the same way. Black Thought ain't chasing it the same way. But what I'm saying is this, as you're reading that room and you're supposed to be an MC, you're supposed to say, oh, they like this over there, and they like that over there. And I need to do something for all of them. If I want to be on my P's and Q's and be around for 25, 30 years, I need to be able to be a little bit of everything, but not lose myself. I don't know if Black Thought was able to be a little bit of everything. Let's just be honest. Black Thought is going to give you straight up, no monkey business, MCing almost every time. He's not going to shift and give you a girls. And yes, Black Thought has female records. He don't have that many, right? He got Break You Off. He got a couple records. But I'm going to be honest, he's in a collective that they all had to agree on this record, that record, da-da-da. To a degree. So he kind of had his hands tied to a degree, but at the same time, I don't know if Black Thought wanted to do records like Big Pimpin' and this, that, and the third, as he shouldn't have to. But at the same time, Big Pimpin' was a big record, and it wasn't just because it was commercial. The hood loves that shit. You put that on in the hood, and the hood is going crazy. The cookout, the club, wherever. Somebody's bedroom, you can put that on somebody's living room. Most of Jay-Z's stuff is going to resonate to the culture. This is a hard fact. It's only a few records by Black Thought that's going to resonate to the culture. Yes, Black Thought, really, let's be honest. The Roots got a good 5 records, right? They got a good 5. They got some beloved records, but they're really more niche, and it's really only going to be hip-hop heads that's going to like a lot of that Roots stuff. Listen, my favorite Roots song to this day out of every song is Clock with No Hands. That's just one of my favorite Black Thought records in the history of the Roots. That's buried in, you know what I'm saying? That's deep in their catalog. So you can't tell me nothing about the Roots, but what I'm saying is, when you're going to be honest, you're going to say the man is a better MC. And MC encompasses a lot of things. It ain't just, I can be efficient on the microphone, because sometimes you can stand up in front of that room and hit them with that lyrical miracle shit, and they looking at you like, man, when you getting off that stage? I used to do a lot of open mics. And the guy, a lot ain't the word. I've done over 1,000 open mics. I'm just going to be honest with you. Probably 2,000. I did shows for 15 years. And what I've learned, a lot of times, that guy that can get up there on that mic and put them words together like a machine and be efficient and da-da-da, he can't make records that people like. Okay? I'm talking about the battle rapper that can't get out of his own way because he's so busy being lyrical and miracle. I told you this is gonna get hard, gang. And listen, this is my cousin versus my friend. I like them both. But what I'm telling you is, and this is just what it is, the Roots and Black Thought as a whole, they never elevated beyond that stage. You may say that was by design, but I don't think it was by design. They wanted to be, listen, you don't make music to be in obscurity. So let's not start that narrative like they just wanted to make records and be obscure. No, the Roots tried for years. Even Jay-Z signed the Roots to Def Jam when he was over there. Gave them all kind of deals, and it's not to elevate them. He made them the backup band to his shit. Everybody loved the Roots, gang. Everybody loved Black Thought. No one's taking nothing from Black Thought. But when we're gonna say he's a better MC, that's what it was, a better MC. That shit encompasses how well you translate to other levels of the community. It ain't just one community. Everybody don't want to hear freaking who they insert Raz Kaz or whoever. Everybody don't want to hear that. Everybody don't want to hear. Some people want to hear 50 Cent. You know, I'm just going to be honest. At some point, it was all about Lloyd Banks, G Unit, the gang. It wasn't about what the Roots were doing. The record sales showed it, and they still could tour, and it's not a third. Yes, they have a niche market, right? But at the end of the day, overall in hip hop, the Roots were always talked about lovingly, like, oh yeah, and the Roots too. Like, it wasn't like in the conversations, it was Jay-Z, Biggie, Nas, DMX. It wasn't the Roots. I'm just being honest. You had to always tell people, yo, Black Thought, yo, y'all sleeping on Black Thought. The literal term sleeping means something is really good, but you're not paying attention to it. In many circles, they were always saying Black Thought is the most slept on MC, right? Some people would even say Malik B was better than Black Thought, but I'm not doing that. Rest in peace to Malik B. But what I'm saying is this. As an MC, what was your goal to be popping? When you were an MC back in them days, the late 80s, early 90s, you just wanted to get a record deal and get signed, to get in front of people, get videos, and start popping. That's what everybody's goal was. Once you get that record deal, now you gotta pop. You don't want to get the record deal and flop. So there was a thin line about what kind of music to make to keep that record deal and to keep these people attention. And it always felt like the Roots would get just enough attention, but not enough to get over the hump. So then they were right back in record deal problems and this, that, and the third. So what I'm saying is this, and I know this is touchy, but Jay-Z never had those problems. As an MC, he knew when to turn it on and when to dumb it down. And I'm gonna be honest, right around volume 1, volume 2, I wasn't feeling Jay. I took a step back. I'm just going to be honest. Yes, he had some joints on volume 2, but I wasn't feeling Jay. Jay won me back with the Blueprint. When he went on that super commercial run, he started doing the Rockefeller and the State Property and the Rock La Familia and all that. Yeah, it had some joints of this and that and the third, But I'm like, Jay, you doing too much. You're trying too hard. You're doing a formulaic. It's very formulaic. Yes, he has some joints. Don't get me wrong. He has some joints. Volume 1, Streets is Watching, all that. But when you peel back, it was some songs. I know what girls like, the little shit like that. Whatever the hell he got on. So it's like, I don't know, man. It's just it took a turn. But then he got back on his rhyming and he got back in the groove and he got back to MCing. He never left rapping and MCing. He just made himself bigger and more viable, right? Hard Knock Life and all this stuff. He made himself, he was competing with guys. He told you, man, listen, wasn't nobody doing numbers but Pimp Juice, Eminem, and DMX. Like, you know what I'm saying? So he had to compete with these guys, and I get it. But at the same time, it kind of took from guys like me looking for the MCs, excuse me, for guys like me, looking for the MC of it all, I got a little disappointed with it. But like I said, I came back around and it got better and better. The unplugged and it just took it returned. And I know it was calculated that he returned to what we liked about him, right? That's just me. But it never ever declined. It always elevated, whether it was my cup of tea or not, it elevated. It got stronger and bigger. And I always felt like every time I saw an article about the Roots, they were always in flux. What are we gonna do next? We got to figure out how to reach these masses, how to get to the next level, And it was headed by Black Thought and it was headed by Questlove. And they were always, just always in a state of transitioning, trying to figure out their place in the culture. And I never understood that, where it was like, they was like, we just trying to blend in and keep our deal and but we're trying to also be true to ourselves. And I'm like, I don't know if that's a good place to be for an MC. Like some of the MCs, and we're going to say bar for bar, like OC is one of the greatest MCs ever, Pharoah Monch. These guys got one record and that's about it. But we love them, we buy their stuff, we listen to them. And when you start naming MCs, you're going to be like, yeah, Pharoah Monch, You're going to name these different various rappers, right? Hey, Andre the Giant. You're going to have all these great names of these great artists, but they couldn't get over the hump. They couldn't get past their level of MCing. That's what I mean when I say this thing about Black Thought. There is a ceiling. There's a level that Black Thought never, ever could get past. And as an MC, that matters. If we're going to crown somebody and say they're 10 times better, they're 1 trillion times better, how? Based on what? What's the metrics? Because he could machine-wise, he could be an android and just say this shit for 30 minutes straight. That don't mean to me you're better than me. I'm just going to be honest. His breath control is superb. This dude is like a computer. But that doesn't mean he's a better computer. I'm just going to be honest. And what I mean by that is I feel like Black Thought has all the intangibles. And I'm trying to be as you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to disrespect Black Thought. But Black Thought is not going to get you over that hump. I personally, and this is just me, I don't believe Black Thought is as versatile as Jay-Z. He's not nowhere near it. Black Thought, maybe I'll rap him, but have you heard Jay-Z on that Jay Electronica? He ate Jay Electronica's fucking whole lunch on his own album. So when Jay want to, Jay can. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna be honest with you. I think Jay and Black Thought will be a hell of a fucking battle. A hell of a verse. I'm not talking about this Kendrick and Drake shit. I'm talking about two motherfuckers that's efficient, that fucking got it, and could turn off them beats and fucking go. That's what I'm talking about. Like, this gonna be fucking good. These two motherfuckers are gonna be a problem. That's what I'm talking about. I think it'll be a very good. I think Jay will do way better than a lot of you guys think. I'm just gonna be honest. I think he would do way better than a lot of you guys think. And I honestly think he might have some way more one-liners that's gonna outshine a lot of that shit, because Black Thought stuff goes for a while. He gonna hit you bang, 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 but it's the whole rhyme itself. Jay-Z will say some slick shit in that joint and you be like, yo. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be interesting. Let's say that. So what I'm saying, do I believe Black Thought is 1 trillion times? I don't even think Black Thought is better than Jay-Z in regular time, like 10 to 1. What I'm saying is, as a whole, Black Thought gonna give you a greatest freestyler ever. What about a song? What about an album? What about features? What about where he's supposed to be more Personable. Can he do that? Where he's supposed to be loving. Can he do that? Charismatic. Can he do that? Where he's supposed to, like, can he change with what the record calls for? I listened to Black Thought's last album. It's a great album, but I'm just going to be honest. I didn't replay it like that. What I'm saying is, it could be technically sound. It could be, the artistry can be beautiful, but that's the thing about MCing. If you're technically sound and you're just doing paint by numbers and just being extremely good at what you do, that doesn't mean it's relatable and replayable. I'm replaying Jay-Z shit on a fucking loop when it comes out. I replayed 444 probably 100 times and never ever got tired. That's my shit. So let's just say Black Thought is over there with the military precision. If nobody's listening to it, doesn't matter. I said this is what I said. It's gonna be harsh, gang, and it is. And listen, I love Black Thought, but Black Thought's replayability to me isn't there. I'm not like, I was forcing myself to play that last Black Thought. I was like, let me play it again. And then after I played it again, I never went back. And I'm sorry, but it just didn't catch me. And what I'm saying is, it's great. It's great. But at some point, gang, listen, I love this nigga. But what I'm saying is, at some point, all these abstract ideas and concepts and this, that, and the third just coming at you, they coming to hit you, smacking you in the face, that doesn't make it amazing. And I need to hear it again like I resonated with it. That's what I'm trying to tell you. And an MC, you need to resonate with that MC. And that's why Jay-Z, we're going on 30 years of this guy still being talked about. Right, wrong, or indifferent. And if he drop an album today, that thing gonna shut down Twitter. If he drop an album this morning, if he drop it right now, shut down Twitter. That's all they're gonna be talking about. And he's gonna go #1, just off the rip of his Jay-Z. And Black Thought can't do that. And you're gonna say, Charles, now you're talking about commercial viability. Well, that's a part of this. It's a part of it. It's not everything, but all this shit adds up. Right? Mike Geronimo was out the same time as Jay-Z, gang. I'm gonna say this again. Mike Geronimo was out the same time as Jay-Z. And yet we still talking about Jay-Z. All right? Let's keep it a buck. So what I want to say is this. When I look at this whole thing, like I said, I'm going to tell you some oxymorons. No one can mess with Black Thought lyrically, but I don't have him as one of my top 10 rappers. Make that make sense. You know why? Because I don't think Black Thought makes enough good songs to maintain over the rappers in my top 10. Black Thought doesn't have a catalog of a KRS-One, a Rakim. Let me know if you think he got that kind of catalog. I don't. Black Thought don't make me feel like Big Daddy Kane did, or Ice Cube. I don't think he made me feel like that. He got great records, but not that. Black Thought ain't got better records overall than Biggie, and Biggie only got 2 albums and a bunch of features. And them 2 albums got way more replayability than what Black Thought offered. I'm a Roots fan, I'm telling you that. I don't think he got more or better catalog than Tupac. He'll rap circles around Tupac, but Tupac get way more love than Black Thought. And what I'm trying to tell you is, all of that efficiency is great when you want to hear that, but it's not what you want to hear all the time. You can't relate to a bunch of efficient, computerized rhymes. And I love, like I keep saying, I love this motherfucker. I listen to this motherfucker. But at the end of the day, that stuff is not going to, okay, let me dial it back. I'm going to say for more replayability, the other stuff that I'm naming to you, Tupac, Ice Cube, KRS-One, right? That stuff is going to have more replayability. They got more records that are bigger records. They've worked outside of their camp with different producers. Black Thought works with Questlove for the most part. So whatever they can cook up together as a band, that's all you're going to get. You're not getting a lot of Primo. You're not getting a lot, you're not all of, KRS-One worked with a lot of producers, got a lot of different styles and sounds. I think that Black Thought is not as engaging as a Jay-Z or KRS-One or Rakim to a degree. And Rakim's career wasn't short, but it wasn't long. It was somewhere in the middle. He was still around, but I believe Rakim's impact is way more serious than a Black Thought. And Black Thought been around. okay? I would even go so far as to say Gangstar, Guru. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, it doesn't make any sense what I'm saying, but it makes perfect sense. I would say Guru is a better MC than Black Thought. Okay? Guru resonated with more people. Guru got mad records, well-loved records in hip-hop, and he could rhyme his ass off. Now, is he better bar for bar proficiency? Why, no, but he made better records. His records were bigger, and he knew what he was doing. I'm not saying Black Thought don't know what he's doing, but Black Thought is not as big as Gangstar. I'm just going to be honest. I'm just going to be honest. The Roots don't have the catalog Gangstar has. You can dispute me in the comments if you want, but it don't make no sense to me to try it. Roots got some records. They're not messing with Primo and Guru. Come on. Let's be honest. All right? So what I'm saying is this. Jay-Z took that MC mantle and made an empire with it. You gotta just respect that in and of itself, what this man did with it. And this motherfucker could rhyme at a high level. When he should have started being very, very lazy, he did it. We've seen rappers get lazy. We've seen rappers get really like ABC 1, 2, 3 because they was the hot shit and they fell off. We never seen Jay get lazy with his pen, never. And dude don't even use a pen. So for my money, if you're gonna say, Charles, who's the better MC? Black MC. That's what the term was. Who's the better MC? And even rapper. I've seen rappers, like I said, I've seen rappers just absolutely destroy microphones. And their songs be absolute trash. Them be the worst performers at these shows be the real rappers. Because they can't perform. Not saying Black Thought can't perform, but what I'm telling you is a lot of people put way more focus on the lyrical miracle than they actually put in what the guy actually really is doing overall. There's a whole art to this. It ain't just how well you can put these words together and how you can design this to be, oh my God, he said the craziest shit. Well, Cannabis do the same shit. And where the hell Cannabis at? Cannabis one and done. Do y'all know Cannabis? I think Cannabis just dropped a new album a few weeks ago. I ain't hear none of y'all niggas talking about that shit. So what I'm saying is this. I love both these guys. One is my cousin. One is my best friend. I love them both. I want to see them both play ball. But the one that went to the championship and then went to college and got the championship there and then went to the pros and got the championship there, I'm gonna have to give it to him. I'm gonna have to give it to him. It is what it is. I hope I didn't miss no points in this, but I did my best. I gotta give it to Jay, 100%. Thought is my man, but Jay beat him in every category. Every single category, except a hot-ass freestyle on Funkmaster Flex. Let's just be honest. And listen, Black Thought is my guy. Thought is my guy. No one's messing with Thought. All right, let me know what you think in the comments. CLBMG. Head on over to black-yeti.com. Let them know who sent you. They ship all over the continental U.S. Also, every Wednesday night, we go live on The What Show. Me, TJ, and Fliz. We talk about hip-hop. We might get into this. All right, tap in. Wednesday nights, 9:15. All right, I'm going to catch y'all on that flip side. Peace.
Look, mission impossible to drop a few lines without dropping old times when Southern Hill was still a gold mine. When pistol grips was my shit and I sold mine. When Alias was not a show and they told mine. Elevate your mind with high quality THC infused products. BlackYeti.com. Black-Yeti.com.
CLB.
Get my coat, get my sheepskin, grab my wallet, get my pocket knife, and get that hat right there. We out. Grab my pocket knife too. Let's go. When I first came to the city, niggas didn't believe me. I just wanted to join a team and throw assist pass easily. 6 man off the bench, alley-oop pass freely. Suit up for one game and hope a scout might see me. But nah, niggas is greedy, wasn't rocking with him. Unplugged the scoreboard, put a lock on the gym. Told me to power forward, point guard at the rim. And left me with no center and a ball full of phlegm. Not knowing that I'm a dog, a Rottweiler within, with the heart of a pit bull that don't bark for pretend. My bites cut deep, break the bone and the skin with the level of hustlenomics you do not comprehend. So first, I took a block down on the west side end, and then secured a spot with some goons and some kin, and then sent out some flyers, let the games begin. And in 6 months' time, the city like that's him. Oh,